First and foremost, I just want to recognize that art comes in many forms. It's very dimensional. It can come in pretty much any form. We're not just talking about art as in like painting or makeup or pottery. Things like that are wonderful and beautiful forms of art, but they're not the only kind. So don't feel like you're excluded just because your art form is different than the societal normity of what people would call art. So now that that's out of the way, let's focus on the main reason that people don't create. A lot of us are stuck in this cycle of fear. Fear that has been passed down from many generations. Fear that comes from a deep place. Fear that comes from previously being tortured or ridiculed or just judged for creating, having different ideas, creating something that is new, modern, not normal, stepping out of line from what people have done for so long. Okay, but this is the basis of creation, is is stepping out of line, is creating something that hasn't been done before. That is the whole purpose of creating. Now, creation doesn't necessarily have to be beneficial in the way that we create something that is of higher level. We can create something that is lower level too. And that's where judgment comes in. Okay? People tend to judge things that seem lower than where they are. Okay? But if you judge something that's lower, then how can you accept where you are now? You know, you had to be here first to get here. So if you are judging or ridiculing or torturing this lower form, then how can you go higher? See? So judgment makes no sense. And therefore you have infinite creative possibilities if you open and expand your subconscious. Okay? So if you release these fears of judgment, then you feel free. You are free to create. So then you can look at it in in a different aspect of okay, well, if I now am free from judgment, then judgment would not affect me. So if I create something and I think that it is beautiful and it represents something of identity, of growth, of evolution, of beauty, and someone has a judgment towards that, I can just understand that that person must be lower than I. Because if they were higher, then they would not have such judgments. So, and this applies for everything, but specifically we are talking about creating art. But if somebody has a judgment towards you, then it doesn't matter. And you can recognize that, and you can love that. You see, you can counterbalance that by showing it love, by showing what's judging, comfortability, non-judgment. When something bites you, you don't bite back, because force with force just creates chaos. And we don't want chaos. We want to be free to create. And that's the beauty of it. You're not stuck. You're not in a box. You never were. And we're going to break out of that. We're going to break out of judgment. We're going to break out of fear of creation. We're going to break out of the fear to create art so that we can create a better reality for ourselves and for others. You see, if you model this, okay, if you create without judgment, if you create to inspire, to uplift, to bring hope to others, then you will also lift with that. By lifting others, by supporting others, you too will rise. You see? And so, again, going back to judgment, if someone judges you, then you truly just have to show them love and make them feel comfortable so that they don't feel that they have to judge others in order to be better. Because if they feel comfortable and safe and loved, then they too can create and inspire others, and we can create this beautiful community of people who uplift each other, who support each other, who share with each other, share information, share art, share beauty, share resources, give and take. You see? This is how we ascend.